Hey folks, it's Finn. I haven't updated about our lovely mum for a while, and I wanted to do that because I've also been thinking of a couple of things that are just bringing up a little bit of mum sadness at the moment, really, which is bound to happen. All this excitement with Chris and finding this new wonderful man and this new phase of my life is lovely. And what's the first thing that happens when you get this? You want to share it with those you love the most, and of course I can't share it with my mum. I can, but she's not really going to comprehend it. People have actually asked, am I going to introduce Chris to my mum? And that's a bit of a head scratcher, isn't it, really? I mean, there's the issue of if she'll even be able to comprehend that, and there's also the issue that we are a gay male couple, and I'm not sure how my mum will react. I mean, I know how she would react if she hadn't got dementia. She'd just be completely fine. My mum is so used to me coming out as a lesbian, going back in the closet, coming out as bisexual, going back in the closet, coming back out as a lesbian, going back in the closet, coming out as transgender, going back in the closet. It's no wonder she's got dementia, is it really? She would just be really, really happy for me. And I know that she would really love Chris because she's got an incredibly cheeky sense of humour. And so has Chris. And I think the two of them would just really get on. But the mum that exists now with vascular dementia, I don't know what she'll come out with, because I don't know if she's actually seeing me half the time. I'm not really quite sure where her head is. Very occasionally she will call me Finn, but other times she'll call me other things, and I don't really know what she sees in terms of me, my gender or anything. So if I rock up with Chris and be like, oh, this is my boyfriend, it could go one or two ways. She could just be her normal cute self and be like, oh, he's lovely. Or it could be something really hideous, like, but he's a bloke. Are you a puff? Seriously, I wouldn't put it past my mum. And of course she wouldn't mean it. That's the dementia, but it would be awkward. Most importantly, she just wouldn't be able to comprehend and discuss my joy on the level she would have done before her dementia. So I really don't know. I mean, we were joking the other day because everybody at the home she's in, or lots of people at the home she's in, follow me on here. Awkward! No, I seriously don't mind. And when I walked in the other day, a few people were like, oh, you've got to show us this boyfriend, you can't keep hiding him. And so it was lovely that at mum's place of living, people were showing an interest, and that actually felt really nice and kind of alleviated some of the pain of not being able to share it with mum. But I thought, hey ho, I'll just give this a go. So I whipped out my phone, got a picture up of me and Chris and went, look mum, I'm dating. This is my boyfriend. And she looked straight at me and loudly shouted, well, it's about bloody time. It took you bloody long enough. The whole lounge went into fits of hysterics. A lot of the stuff that she says, it's not purposely done. I think she's just running on autopilot and says this stuff, but it was hilarious. But at the same time, I know that it wasn't from a real place within her. It was just some of her dementia script. So I don't know what to do. I think the whole concept of taking Chris into the home and sitting with her would just be awkward, upsetting, and possibly pointless. It's really hard, isn't it, to know what to do. She certainly, wouldn't get it. So yeah, there is some sadness around that. It's all about grieving parts of mum, and this is another one that I'm not ever now going to be able to share any really lovely things in my life with her on any meaningful level. But of course I know deep in my heart that she is really, really happy for me, and that's really all I need. She's doing really well at the moment, on most levels anyway. We're keeping her out of hospital, there's no more chest problems or any of that. All her levels are fine with her Addison's disease and all her major complications that go on for mum normally. They're used to her ways in the home and looking after her. Our biggest problem is that she will not sit still. She's constantly up and down, and she's like a little rocket. She'll just suddenly stand up, and before you can grab her, she's fallen over. So I'm getting calls multiple times a week from even the smallest of four. They have to let me know. So when she's knocking herself, she's got a bit of a black eye at the moment. It's just always happening. So we're trying to get her some funding at the moment, which we have actually succeeded at, which we're a bit shocked about. So we've got one level of funding now. So hopefully we can put stuff in place to keep her upright. But, it's a gradual decline. Every time I go in, I can see that mentally she's declining. Physically, though, She seems alright. She really, really does. She lost loads of weight. She's tiny compared to what she was. That's because she doesn't blooming sit still. The best thing really is though that she has no idea. She really doesn't, and I think in some ways that's a bit better than her struggling with the concept of what am I doing in this home. As far as she's concerned, that's her house. She's always lived there. I often walk in and she says, "Everyone in the lounge, you can go home now. My son's here." Or my husband. So yeah, she's doing alright, and I'm always really grateful when you all ask how she's doing. And I do always pass it on to her. Whether that goes in or not, I don't know, but I always tell her how much she's loved. If I do introduce Chris to him, I will let you know how that goes, because I think that will be one hell of a day. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a great rest of week, and of course, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to be kept up to date with all your regular Finnstallments. Bye bye.